Okay, in last two demos, what we have discussed about the complete modules of the full stack course, what and all we are having in the full stack of UI development. So you have seen the modules of UI that you need to develop the applications, different types of applications. And also we have seen about what is HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And other technologies like Angular JS and React JS. At least to develop a minimum application, you need to complete these three. These all we have discussed. And also in the backend, you will have to learn the core advanced topics. Okay, these all things we have covered in the previous session, and we have seen one basic simple HTML page how to create it. Correct. So do we require something to install for executing HTML? No, you can execute with the notepad. But still, if you want to work with those who already know any programming language, they might be knowing some IDEs like Eclipse and all. There also you can execute. Or there is something called Visual Studio application that also you can install and work with HTML. In some of the sessions, maybe in the tomorrow session, I will just show you how to install this Visual Studio and work with HTML. Okay, we will work with Notepad fine, but still I want to show you like exploring in different IDEs in Eclipse how you have to do, and also in the Visual Studio, because later when you are working with company, they may use such IDEs. Okay, environments. They may not simply work with Notepad. They may use Visual Studio or Eclipse or working with Notepad also. But I wanted you to aware of those applications also, so that it will help you for you in the job. Okay, we will discuss that in the next session. Okay. So in the backend, as I said, you will be learning Java modules. Okay, we have discussed about the front end complete modules in full stack and how we are going to develop the web application and how the Flipkart or Amazon websites will be there, how we have to develop those things. So now in core Java or in the backend modules, we have discussed about the Java. So what this Java containing? So before going into the programming language of anything, first of all, you should know about what is a program. So what is a program? Program means nothing but it is a set of instructions to perform any particular task. So that can be any task. Okay, so like simple adding numbers or multiplying or anything, finding out area of a circle, anything is called as a task. Now how you are performing that task is important, correct? So you will use different ways to perform that task. In the program also, to do a program you can choose different languages. You can use C or C++, or you can use Java programming language, or you can use any kind of Python language or any .NET. There are so many technologies available. So but why we are focusing mainly on the Java? Okay, why we are learning the Java programming language? See here, Java is very important because of its important features of OOPS concepts. Because of its OOPS concepts, it is very important. And one more important feature is because of the platform independent. Okay, and when you are doing any program with Java, your performance will be good, and also it will be very faster when compared to other languages. See, you are attending the class for you are coming in different ways, correct? You are coming completing your task is like coming and attending the class, but you will choose different kinds of instructions, like you may come by walk or bus or vehicle. So if you walk for a long time and attend the class, what will happen? You will be tired. Your performance while listening the sessions will be little less. But if you're coming by a vehicle or bus or anything, you can come fast and you will not be tired also. Your performance will be better. Correct? In the same way, if you are choosing the language Java, because of all its feature, the output of the application will be also very good. Okay, so that is the reason we are choosing the Java programming language. So one thing we discussed, that Java is a platform independent language. Why Java is platform independent? We have discussed in the demo one session, I guess. If you just one point I have told you. Because you said, right, some of you answered like it can write once and run anywhere. Some of the online students also have answered like it can write once and run anywhere. Because why? They also said me, someone from online, because of the JVM we are able to write once and run anywhere. So as I said, for Java programming, whenever you are installing JDK, so to work with Java program, you have to install JDK. JDK stands for Java Development Kit. So you have to install. You have latest version like 17 and 18. Now it is, I suggest 17 version to be installed because it is compatible with all others. See, later while developing applications, we require JDK with perfect version. You will be configuring with database and some server and all. So for that, Java 17 will be perfect. You can install that into your PC when you start doing this Java programming. So with this, what will happen when you are installing? To make this platform independent, we have JVM. It is virtually installed. Java virtual machine. Any code, whatever the programming code you are writing, first the code will be compiled. Whatever you are writing, you will compile the code and it will generate the byte code. So after generating the byte code, what will happen? JVM will take care and it will convert into the machine understandable language. So what this JVM will do? So it will see what is the machine what that you are using, either the software or hardware. It is Windows, means it will convert into the Windows understandable code. If it is Linux, then it will convert to the Linux understandable code. So that is the duty of the JVM, which will interpret the code. We use a term called interpret. So first we will compile and the generated bytecode is taken by the JVM and it will interpret. So that is, Java is a platform independent language. So when you compile, how the file will be saved means dot class file. What is that? Dot class file. So this dot class file is taken by the JVM and it will convert. So JVM is a dependent. If they ask you, like you might tell Java is platform independent. Then they will ask you, is JVM independent or dependent? So you should not get confused. JVM is dependent on the operating system. That means whatever the machine you are using. So what will happen? JVM will dependent on the OS and it will convert into their own language. Understood? Like it will act as a mediator for you for the conversion purpose. So that is the main reason Java is a platform independent language that you can run on any operating system. That is an important point here. And next, one of the next important feature is, as I said, it will follow all the OOPS concepts. Okay, so OOPS concepts, I want to tell you something about hiding of the unwanted data. Okay, something like we call in the technical terms as data encapsulation. Okay, in the technical term, but just for understanding I am telling, it is also called as data hiding. So why I am telling this is, we are going to develop some UI applications, right? We need to hide unwanted information. You are creating Facebook ID or Gmail ID and password. If I ask you to tell your mobile number or Gmail ID or bank account number, you will tell me, no problem. But if I ask you to share your password, will you share with me? You will not definitely share with me. Yes, please come. So you will not share the password with me because you have to maintain that in the secured. So how you are going to maintain that secured? With the concept of data encapsulation, you will hide the unwanted details from the others, whoever are using it. So you will not tell the information for the others. So how you are hiding this data? By making the data as private. By making the data as private. So if you are telling public, what will happen? Everyone can see it. So something like, if you use the word called public there, okay, whoever want to use it, they can access everything in the public mode. Okay, if you are telling it is private, what will happen? No one can access it. Okay, no one can access it. So with this feature, you will be achieving the data encapsulation or data hiding. So encapsulation name itself will tell, it is like a capsule. General example చెప్తాను చూడండి. You can consider a capsule. A person or anyone who takes the medicine, will he know the medicine actually which is present inside? No. You are riding a bike. Is there a rule that you should know about the engine design? You should just know how to ride the bike and also how to rules and regulations on the bike. But is that rule that you should know the engine design, how the tires are manufactured, who did it? Do we need to know? Not required. The unwanted information is hidden. Only the wanted information is visible to you. So such concept is implemented in the Java programming language. So because of this concept, when you are developing our UI applications, you are making the application more secured. When you are typing the password, it is hidden, and also it is not visible for everyone. In the Facebook, you will be hiding some data, right? Maybe you don't want to share your date of birth or your age. You can make it as a private. Your name and your mobile number or your email address, you will make it visible for everyone. Some data, what you will do, you will hide it, correct? So such things you can do in your application by making them as a private. Understood? So, but you will also tell one thing, ma'am, I want some information to be shared only with my friends or my family. Sometimes in Facebook, randomly you will open some page, your friends or any friends, or you want to see, but they will tell it is not accessible. You have to first send a friend request. If they accept it only, you will be able to see the information. So for that, only how friends are accessing it, you will make the data as protected. What is that? Protected. So whenever you make in your application any data as protected, then only specific people can access it. Maybe your family members or your friends for whom you are giving the permission. Okay, so such applications also are possible with the protected. Only specific people can access your data. Okay, because of all these facilities or whatever the features we have with the Java, it is more important and good to learn also for developing a secured. And one more important is, because of this private specification, it is more secured language also. And we have error handling also very efficient in the Java. Okay, whatever the errors we are getting here, we can handle with some concepts like exception handling and all. Later we will be discussing all these technical things in depth. Okay, so these are the things you will be writing. And how you will be writing here? First, you will write, to develop a complete application, you will first write your Java code. That is your application. And after writing the Java application, you will finally connect into the database. So whatever the database you are creating, and you will fetch and retrieve the data, right? In between, you will write your UI technology for viewing the page, correct? So finally, we require the UI for user interface. You are writing coding and you are connecting to the database, and you will give it to the client who works in maybe some shop. They will be using your application, right? Any grocery store or Reliance Smart or any store, they will be using your application. Will they understand all this code? If you tell no, they cannot understand the code. They need something to just enter and display, correct? That user friendly screen will be developed by the UI, our UI, that is our front end application. So for that, we are going to learn this HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, is it clear everyone? Online students, did you get some idea about what is backend technology of Java? Like complete application, like what are the steps? Okay, when you go for the UI also interview, they will ask you like how you are going to develop. If you tell just only UI and all, they will ask little information about the backend also, like how the application is developed. You should be able to answer at least the minimum questions. So I'm just telling you. So is it clear, everyone? So is it audible to everyone? Andarki vinipistunda andi? Okay. So at any point of time, if there is any issue, please let me know. Okay, these are some of the features of the Java where you are learning and making the Java programming language very important. Okay. So next you will be also learning about the database here in the full stack. So what this database is containing? What is the database actually? You have any idea about what is database? Yes, correct. Chapandi. Collection of data or information. So మనం ఇప్పుడు we are developing some application. As I said, we are storing our information. You will click login button for Amazon or Flipkart or anything. You will register and you will next time log in. How it is exactly matching your data? It is storing somewhere else, right? So it should be stored on the network remotely somewhere. So where it will save? In the database. Because Facebook only few people will access, or what? Lakhs and lakhs of people throughout the world, they are using Facebook, right? So they should store all this information. Is it possible to store manually? Not at all possible. So they use the database to store the data. Okay, the database can be either Oracle, or it can be like MySQL, or any database you will be using. But for any database, we use the common language is what? SQL or PLSQL. So if you learn this, you can work with any kind of data. So when you create an application and when you click the submit button, it is connecting to this database and it is checking from the database, and if the information is correct, then only it is coming to the next page. Otherwise also it will come to a page displaying that the user information is not correct. So you will get that page again. So these all you will be learning in the database. SQL stands for structured query language. And PLSQL, like this is for programming. Okay, PLSQL stands for the programming language with the SQL. Means we will include a little bit of programming here. Whatever you are learning in the Java or advanced Java, you will be learning programming concepts. Like in depth, it won't be having those things, but little programming concepts we will embed in the SQL so that we can reuse the data for multiple number of times. So those all things also will be covering into the database. Here you will be installing the database with some username and password. The password is very important. If you are forgetting or giving wrong password, you will not be able to enter into the password into the database. Okay. So this is about like complete in the full stack. You are learning about these all details. Okay. So is it clear everyone? So for developing complete web application, we need to know the backend logic, that is business logic with Java, programming language like Java, advanced Java, and also with the frameworks. And in the database, you will be learning about SQL and PLSQL. Okay, in Java also you will be learning in advanced concepts. I think I have already said you. If you have someone have any doubts about topics that we are going to cover in advanced Java, that is JDBC and servlets and also JSP with EL and all. We have all the technologies that you are going to learn. Okay, and next along with this you will also learn about the frameworks. So what are the frameworks we are going to cover is like Spring and Hibernate, also the ORM tool and Spring framework, Spring Boot. Okay, these are the frameworks you will be learning for improving our application much better. Whatever web application you are developing, it will be better. Okay, so these are about complete modules. And also in the last session, we have seen about the HTML. Okay, hypertext markup language. So with this we have developed some web pages. So as we discussed, where we wrote the program of HTML in the notepad, and we have to save with .html, so it will open with any kind of the browser that we have in your system. So now, so what types of tags we have? So first we have something called layout tags we have, where we are going to discuss about the layout tags. So what are the layout tags we have? So these are the example of the layout tags we have. That is the basic and the structural tags. These two tags come under the category of the layout tags. Okay. So I will increase the font so that everyone can see this document also. So what are the basic tags for developing a web page? This is like HTML, we have seen already, and head, title, and the body tag. So these are the basic tags we have. What are they? HTML tag, head, and title, and the body tag. And next we will be having the structural tags. So for maintaining the structure or the of the content of the page, so that we have seen heading, one tag, and next one is pre-tag. Pre-tag stands for the pre-formatted text. So whatever you type as it is, it will be displayed on the screen. Okay, so these are the tags. Now let us see some coding on these tags. Okay, so let us open one notepad. So you can just go to the search option and click on the notepad, and we have already created this. I'll open one more. So I'll increase the font so everyone can see. So what is the basic tag we have? HTML. And don't worry that I have to give capital or small or anything. Anything you can give. It is not case sensitive like Java programming language. You can give capital or small letter. No issue will be there. And after HTML tag, you can give as a heading or title tag. So head tag you will be giving as a heading. So heading you can give something like demo 3 session of UI. I'm just closing the head section, and then you will be writing the title tag, and in the title section, like, you will be writing about HTML basic tags. So it will be displayed under the title of the page, like in the title. And then whatever you write in the body tag, okay, so whatever you are writing in the body tag, okay, so whatever you are writing in the body tag, it will be displayed in the section of the body. And here you can display like HTML is a hypertext markup language. It is used, so you can write the content here. Whatever you write the content, it will be displayed on the web page. It is used to structure the content on web page. So like this is the definition of the HTML, like why we are using the HTML. And then you are closing the body tag. So I said, right, for every tag, almost every tag, you will have the opening and closing tags. Okay, so this is the open tag for the body, and we are closing. So till where you are closing, that will be the content of the tag. So, and again after this you will be closing the title. We have closed here head. Still what we have to close now? HTML is left out. So we will be closing the HTML. Now I will save this, save as, and under this folder like basic dot HTML. You have to save with what? .html. Now let us go to the folder like C Likita, and here I'm writing basic .html. It is created automatically. So you wrote HTML coding, but you are not saving with .html. You might save with .txt or .doc. It won't open with the web page at all. You have to save with .html only. Now I will double click this. Now it will be opening in the page. Okay. See, some body tag text is missing. Let us check here. Maybe some other page I have opened. And does the title display HTML basic tag? Okay, it is displaying some title might not be closed properly, so it is displaying head title spelling is wrong. See, you are getting like this. Everything is displayed, but it doesn't look proper, right? Everything is coming under a single line. So we want something to be displayed in step by step, line by line and all. So how to get that line by line? We have a tag here called break tag. What is that? Break tag. So what is the use of the break tag here? It will come to the new line. So what is the tag we have? Break tag. Break will be like given with BR. And I said some tags will not have the opening and closing separately. There will be a single tag. Such tag is called break tag. So it will not have again close tag. It itself is opening for and closing. You can write like this. Okay. Now here our page is not looking good. So let us give their break. So whenever you are giving here break tag, it will come to the new line. So here you can write here one more BR tag to come to the new line. So after displaying that particular line, as soon as it sees BR tag, it will come to the new line. So it will come to the new line. So we have to save already. Okay, and also check the spelling. Sometimes if any tag closing was wrong also, it won't display. So we have seen right already. So now it will be displayed. So this come as a heading tag. If you are giving anything in the heading, it will come in the top, and then HTML, and we got in the new line or not? Yes. So after displaying the text, and this is what? Title of the page, HTML basic tags. So whatever you give in the title, it will come here as the title of the page, and here comes the heading, and this is the body content. Okay, understood everyone? Basic simple page. Those who are first time learning. Okay, storing. Okay, this title closing. Yeah, I have seen. Okay, thank you. So title tag, I did not give the spelling properly, so it did not give the output. Yes, correct. Okay, now few more tags we will be seeing here. Like we have seen the H1, H2 tags. Okay, so the heading tags, when you're displaying, you need to be displayed in a specific sizes. So from H1 to H6. So how to give size wise in the heading tags? So you will be writing in H1 whatever the text you are giving here, that will be displayed in the big size, and next H2 will be little less, then H3, H4, H5, H6, like this it will continue. So now first I'm writing in the HT, in this, like I'm writing first presentation tags. Okay, I will close the H1, and again we will be writing H2 tag. In this H2 tag I will be writing some layout tags, and I will close H2, and again H3 you will be writing like semantic tags. So we will be discussing all the tags step by step, and you will be closing the H3, and again H4, like you will be displaying here Like you will be learning CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and you will also learn in H5 JavaScript. So I wanted to show you how the data is displayed in the all headings. In H6, like jQuery. Okay, these are the things we have. So now you have created in all the headings, and also you want in the head section demo 3 you want to display this in little bold format. Then you will be giving here B stands for what? Bold tag. Okay, so you can display that. I'm going to save this again, and let's go back here and rerun this. So you're getting here, and demo 3 session of UI is also in the bold. So I can increase, and then presentation, layout, semantics, CSS, all step by step. If you're seeing, you're getting in size reduction. Is it or not? H1 you got the maximum size. H2, H3 and all you are getting in the lower size. So these are the tags we are getting for the heading. H1, H2, H3 and all. Since we give bold, it is coming in what? Bold format. Okay. If you want any text to be displayed in the italic format, what you will give? I tag, and here I can put a message like this is displayed in italic format, and you will be closing the I tag. Okay, so it is coming like this. And if you write the BR tag here, so anywhere if you want to come in the new line, what you have to write? Break tag. So I will run this again. See, you're going to get in the new line. Did we get? So like this you will be giving the different kinds of heading tags. Is it clear everyone? Online students, is it clear about the basic tags we have given? And I also have given some formatting also, like heading tags H1, H2, H3 and all we have seen. Okay, okay, good. So about the heading tags we have seen, right? So these all come under what? Structural format. And whatever you give in pre-formatted text, it will display as it is. So generally why we use this pre-formatted text means sometimes when you want to display a document, see in net you will be searching about some topic, right? Any topic you don't know, you will be searching in the net. So for that you will be seeing paragraphs of data. So whenever you want to display text as it is, you typed with comma, quotes, everything, then you will be putting under what tag? Pre tag. So whatever the format it is given inside, it will be displaying as it is. Understood? Okay, so these are the different tags we have: title, body and the heading tags and pre-formatted text. Okay, so now page looks like this, bold and everything. Now you want the content to be displayed still more perfect, like you want your web page to look more stylish and perfect, then you want to include the data in proper alignment. So now whatever we are displaying, it is displaying in the one side, whatever it is, left side or right side, but you want the alignment to be proper, and you want background to be added with some colors. So now what we will have for that, for every tag you will be having the attributes. So what are the attributes we are going to have? Alignment, first one. Okay, what is that? Alignment means the text whatever you are typing, where it should be aligned, to the right or left or center. So like this the alignment can be given. And also there is a tag called center tag. So what this center tag will do, it will display the text in the center of the page. Okay, so this we have center tag which will display the text in center page. Okay, so center tag. And if you want to align the center in the right or left, you will give the alignment to the right or left or center. Okay, like this you will be providing. And you want the complete body of the page to be displayed with some color. Okay, background color. Then you will use the attribute of bg color. So what this bg color will do, will apply color to your background page. So those all you can be applying. So what and all we have discussed now, we have discussed about the HTML tag, that is the main, and again also we will be giving the title tag, and also we have head section which will be displayed, and also body, completely in the body of the page. And still what we have seen, headings from H1 to what we have, H6. And also one more tag, break tag, which is not having the separate opening and closing. So these are the tags we have, just minimum, these are the basic, any basic tags we have. And one more tag I have discussed about the pre-formatted tag, so which is used to display the pre-formatted text. Is it clear? So now I'll open one more document where you can provide the HTML, and in the body tag I will be writing, and here you might be displaying in H3 tag some content like background style tag. So like this you can provide, and you can close about the H3 tag, and you will close the body and HTML page. And here you want this to be displayed in the center of the page. So what tag I said you have to give? Center tag. So if you are giving here before like center tag, it will be displayed in the center of the page. See, if you are writing 10 lines of code and writing the 10 lines in between the center tag, all the 10 lines will come in the center. Okay, so how you are writing, it will be in the same way. So we will just run the code. Okay, where is the page? Okay, you will get to the center of the page. And also you want to the alignment to be in between, like body color also you want like bg color, and you will be providing the background color. So whatever the color you want, like blue, pink, or any other color, you can mention here for the body tag. You will see, right, in some web pages background will be with some color and with some images and all. So we will see all step by step. Now body tag, the background color should be something or pink or any color you want, you can provide. And then back here, so the background is applied with a specific color. You can change the colors, any color you want you can provide. You have to resave it and check the tag that you're giving and close. So what is the attribute for setting the background color? BG color. So when you are giving in the body tag, it is applied for the complete page. Okay, later we will see for applying for separate tags. So you want specifically for the H3, you want specifically for a paragraph tag, so like that also you can provide. Okay, so for specific texts also you can provide the color, images. Sometimes you will be seeing in some website, image will be scrolling from left to right and right to left or top to bottom and all, it will blink and go. So these all things we can do with this web app, but beginning only you cannot, it will be confusing. So step by step, tag wise we will be learning all. Okay, by the time we complete you will be learning all the things. Okay, So everyone take a minute time. I think you have to send the message from your mobile that you have attended the demo 3 session. Sir, అందరు పంపండి. I think you have the number yesterday, same number you can send. Online students అందరికి అర్థమవుతుందా అండి? Is it very fast or is it fine? Is it clear everyone? All of you please take time and send a message to the number that you are attending demo 3 session. Okay, done everyone. So we'll continue the session. So next we will be having the presentation tags. So we have seen the basic tags and the structural tags we have here, and next we will be having the presentation tags. So in the presentation tags we will be seeing about how we are going to create the links and some graphics and list of items. You will see some drop down list right in the when you in the web page. So how you are going to display that list? Dividers means like break tag or all these tags you will be seeing, and how to apply the background colors from specific tags also you will be seeing, and you want to display some special characters that also you will be displaying with these tags. Okay, and after the presentation tags you also have the application tags. So what are the application tags? You are seeing the text boxes, right? Form, you have to fill any form, you will be seeing some like one text box and one more box for some password and a submit button. So those all come under the form tags. And then table, you will see always everything arranged in a proper format. There you will be using this table tag. Table tag means everyone know matrix, right? Matrices in maths and all, like you will be having row and column format. So you will have rows, columns designed, and you will be entering the data inside that. So when you see as a table, the table structure will be in a proper format. So same table like a matrix you will be creating, but you will remove the border, so it won't look good, right? You want all the data to be displayed in specific row and column like a format, but if the border is there the data won't look good. So you will remove the border of the table and store the data in terms of table. And next you will also have frames. Okay, so what is this frame means? Whenever you see any web page, okay, here I will show you one web page, something like we have seen like Flipkart and online shopping, right? So in the last session, so if you see here, for the right side you will be seeing all something, and for the next you are seeing, that means the page is divided into how many frames? 2 frames. In one frame you will be giving some code, and in other frame you will be giving some code. So the page can be divided into different frames, either in the rows or in the columns. Ma'am, only rows or columns. So what you can do, you have divided here into 2 columns. Again in the second column, again you can be dividing into 2 rows. So however you want, you can categorize and divide the page into different frames, so that you will be learning here in the frames tag how to divide the web page into different frames. In what you will do here, in this frame you will be giving linking for one HTML page, and here you will be giving linking for other HTML page, and you will run the file, so it will display all the data together. Okay, and forms, when you are clicking for the login sign in button, here you will be getting, right, and all these all you will be developing with the form tag. Okay, and logical tags. Okay, these also like where you are entering some kind of coding and all, we will see later. So I will show you this how to create simple form like this a page. So how we are going to create this? So let us take one page, and you will be writing here HTML tag. As I said, if you're not writing HTML also, it will work, no problem. So if you're writing in the body tag, you can write in the body tag. Here what we will be using for displaying the text boxes is input tag. What is that? Input tag. So before this, you want some message to be displayed before the text box. If you see here, what it is there here? Sign in, email or mobile number. It is asking, right, what you have to enter. So let us write here if you want to enter the email. So and this email also you want to display in the bold format, means like thick, then you can give bold. Okay, and you want size also very big, then you can give the size here like H3 or H2 you can open. So whatever you are writing in between the tags, that will be applied for the email. Now what is the text here given? Email. For this email, what and all styles are applied now? Bold and H3. H3 is for displaying in big size, bold is for thick. Okay. Now here after this you are writing the input tag. So input, you want the text box, right? So the attribute we are using is what? Type. Type is equal to what you will be writing here? Text. Input type is equal to text. Later you also will be knowing about some attributes, means I want to give name of the text box, not the value, name. Later in the application you will be fetching the value of the text box using this name. That is the reason we are giving the name. So why and all we will see later. So you want, you can give the name as em, any name you can give, and you will be closing. Okay, now if you see text box is coming here and continue or any button is in what? New line, correct? So for getting into the new line, what we have to use? Break tag, correct? So you will be using, and after this you will be closing the input whatever the tag we have, and also you will be closing the body tag and HTML. So now further after the email you will be getting one text box whatever you are giving here. So let us save this. So you got, okay, you are getting some text whatever you are getting email and then this, but you are not getting still a button. We did not get the button. So for creating button again you will be having to write the code. So now what we have seen? We have seen email in H3 and all this. Did we get that heading also applied? Yes, bold and the H3 tag. So whatever you want you will give. And next you want to create one button or you want some password. There is no password box right there. So again you will write one input tag and you will be giving here type is equal to password, and then you will just give name for it. Okay, like PWD. This is optional. Name is optional, but type you have to mention. If you want as a password box, then you have to give the type as password only. So now again I'm say resaving it and I execute this. We got one more box here. So but it is not looking much good here. So let us do one thing, and here before password let us write password, and we'll remove H3. Let just make this as bold type, password, and can resave this and run. Email and password you're getting. Okay, so email I will enter something like at gmail or whatever you can write .com, and password I am entering. Are you able to see? Is it visible? You're getting dots. Why you're getting dots here? Because you are specifying the type as what? Password. You're specifying the type as password. So that is the reason you are not able to view the data there. So like this you will be developing the forms, because I want to give you one just one view how the forms are created in the web page. So you will be creating here one input type and all. See, still it is not in perfect form. You have to use the tag called form and all, which we will be discussing in regular sessions like step by step. So just for creating one web page like what you are seeing here, this one, you will be writing text like this. Okay, to arrange in the center or in a proper box format, you have to use all those table, all tags. Finally, you will be developing such beautiful web page and all. So is it clear? So what tag we will be using for text boxes? Input tag. And if you are giving the type as text, it will display the text which is visible to us. And if you are giving type as password, it will be not visible. You will get it as a stars. Okay. And next, in the next session also, we'll be continuing on this tags and all. And we will see how to create button also. We created like email and password. We also should click a button, right? So like we will see how to click the button, and also when you click the button it should open some other page. If the password is correct, then you should open like you have successfully logged in. But if the password is wrong, then it should say you have given wrong password. So these all things we will be seeing in the coming sessions. Okay, don't miss the session, tomorrow's session also. You will be knowing more about the tags for developing such web pages. Okay, so is it clear everyone, online students? Do you have any doubts? అందరికీ అర్థమైందా అండి? జస్ట్ నేను ఇవాళ కొంత డెవలప్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ అప్లికేషన్కి జావా ఎంతవరకు ఇంపార్టెంట్ అని జావా గురించి కూడా కొంచెం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశాను. సో దట్ బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ కూడా కొంత ఐడియా ఉండాలి కాబట్టి వాట్ టెక్నాలజీ, వాట్ ఎవర్ టెక్నాలజీ ఆర్ ఎనీ. అండ్ దెన్ ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ అప్లికేషన్ గురించి చూసాము అబౌట్ హెచ్టిఎంఎల్. లైక్ కంప్లీట్ ఇన్ ద యూఐలో ఫస్ట్ మనం స్టార్ట్ చేయాల్సింది విత్ HTML. So what is HTML and how we are going to write, we have seen. Okay. So online students ఇంకేమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగచ్చు. అండ్ ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ టు జాయిన్ టుమారో ఆల్సో ఎట్ ద సేమ్ టైమ్ at 4 o'clock. అండ్ ఇట్స్ బెటర్ యూ జాయిన్ 5 or 10 minutes బిఫోర్. ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే డిస్కస్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే. అండ్ ఆన్ ద టైం కాకుండా కొంచెం ముందు వస్తే కాస్త రిలాక్స్ అయి వినొచ్చు మీరు కూడా సెషన్. ఓకే. Okay, ma. Thank you everyone for joining the session, and I request all to join at the same time tomorrow. Okay.